You can see and hear me very well. Once again, welcome all those who today are eager to visit this blockchain-related session. Topic number 2. So the benefits of Cryptounit blockchain, its tokens, and its value. And next slide. Meanwhile, I'd like to introduce myself. I am Olga Skalibok, and why I am here. One of them is that when I was in my childhood, I loved reading and still like reading. And in historical novels, I met such a term as lessor. So the one who is providing an apartment for rent, landlord. And I liked this term, this word a lot, but you know, when I was small, there was no such a term in our reality. But after the collapse of the Soviet Union, all this became a part of our life. And in the 2000s, when I used to work in bank, I thought that the bonuses I received from the bank management for my good work, I wanted to have a stake in the profits of the bank. So I got this idea for the first time in my mind, and some time passed, and in 2015, I was introduced to the Academy of Private Investor, and in 2017, I took a training course for a business simulator I like a lot, Genius of Finance, and I like this knowledge, and continuing this trend, I started to explore in detail blockchain. And maybe today's topic will help some of you, those technologies that are an integral part of our lives will actually help us to become these persons who have these stakes in some business. So, and meanwhile, if there are the people who hear for the first time these terms, Cryptounit blockchain, give me some sign in the chat. I don't see any responses in the Russian chat. Hopefully there are some other people. I think that our course is, first of all, not simply share information we have, but to share the most relevant information with you. And I will share how you can benefit from this to become one day a rentier. And we will talk about the Cryptounit blockchain, smart contracts, and how they can help us earn our money. Next slide, please. And I will ask our interpreters, if my pace is very fast, please let me know so that it is comfortable for everyone. Well, as you all see here in this slide, there are 4 tokens of Cryptounit blockchain. For the time being, we have 4 of them, whereas in another few weeks, we will see and hear about new tokens to be issued on Cryptounit blockchain. For the time being, there are 4 of them, and they include WCRU, UNTB, CRU, and USDU. And first of all, let's explore in detail WCRU token. WCRU token is a security token. And if you remember the first session by Ivan Polyanchik, you were introduced to at least 8 types of tokens. Security or investment token called WorldCRU. What makes it different? Firstly, this is an equivalent to stock. It is an index token that reflects your stake in the ownership of the company and entitlement to bonuses, to dividend payment. And this token has the initial price, which is indicated in white paper, and this price may vary depending on the market conditions. And the key feature of this token is that it is directly linked to the global investment portfolio. If it is the first time you hear this term, global investment portfolio, I will explain. It is composed of many financial instruments and of many segments, including stock market, crypto market, and all those instruments that generate profits. And in total, we will call them the global investment portfolio combined. And the right of ownership, of co-ownership to the WorldCRU token, your co-ownership in this portfolio is reflected by WorldCRU token. There will be altogether 80 billion WorldCRU tokens issued, and it is publicly available and could be in 2 states. When it is generated, it is frozen. What does it mean? It means that at this point, it is cold, not flexible. You may not move it, or otherwise it is not liquid or could not be sold. And this period of non-liquidity is 365 days. Then it starts unfreezing process, and here in this slide, you will learn how you can become an owner, a holder of this token. And the assistant here is UGPay Group company with the exclusive rights to sell this token. The company has been established in Switzerland. You may sign up. How to do it? Those people who invited you to this webinar will explain it to you, or the person who is aware of this system. When you sign up, you can create your crypto wallet and have your own crypto wallet on Cryptounit blockchain. And in addition, you get as a bonus, as a gift, 10 UNTB tokens. And this approach of signing up and opening your wallet on Cryptounit blockchain, you get access both to WorldCRU tokens and new ecosystem, which is a driver of the global investment portfolio. And the mission of this ecosystem is to train at least 15% of the global population in financial literacy. I believe quite a significant mission with those resources that will allow us to do it. But let's come back to WorldCRU token. Assume you signed up, you generated your crypto wallet, and in session 4 of our course of how to do it, there will be detailed explanation. So therefore, if you haven't done it, don't worry. There will be the relevant knowledge and resources. Session number 4 will be helpful. And you get access to the overall new system. And what else do you get? You get a possibility to buy WorldCRU tokens. And the amount you may start with is $10 US. And now I'd like to share with you one important piece of information. Today is the last day when the price of World CRU will be 80 cents. Tomorrow, the price will change and it will be $1 US. But moreover, quite soon, within another few days or even weeks, within the limited time period when the right to buy World CRU tokens will be available only to qualified investors. So those people who are qualified investors took some training, passed the test, and only they will be able to buy World CRU tokens. Therefore, learning this information, please take advantage of it in a proper way, in an adequate way, and share this information with many people until situation changes. And while this token is available to anyone, so you can catch up and actually catch the last wagon and become a holder of this token and share this opportunity with many people as you can. And here in this slide, we will discuss the following. For the tokens, for the World CRU token to unfreeze, there are two states. 365 days, it starts to unfreeze. You may sell it, you may give it as a present, so it gets liquid. And look at this chart showing the unfreezing. To say you have a package of 1,000 World CRU tokens. You bought a package, and 365 days after, this package will start unfreezing, and 1% every 30 days will be unfrozen. Another 6 months, within the next 6 months, the unfreezing amount will be 1.5%. So within 3 years, the entire package will be unfrozen. Why? I think this is a benefit, an advantage. You may disagree, but I believe that the ability to plan your actions is a good skill. And the gradual penetration of this token into the market is a good achievement. And so the company can plan its actions, and you must understand over which time, which percentage of your tokens will be unfrozen. But most importantly is the following, that even when it is frozen, it generates income. And the first type of income is staking. Maybe this is the term you encounter for the first time. On Cryptounit blockchain, you may deposit these frozen tokens or stake them otherwise. And the interest on this deposit is in other blockchain tokens called UNTB. We will explore them as well today. This is the reason, even when you only start and the tokens are frozen, this token generates your passive income in the form of UNTB. And if you are interested in its selling, you can do it. So next slide, please. And here there is another benefit of World CRU token. And this is loyalty bonus. This is the money you get. But first of all, loyalty. I like the definition. Who is a loyal partner of a company? He is the partner who is neutral or loyal to the company. The company has no criteria to identify whether a person is a loyal or not loyal client. So how is this bonus accrued? This is 5% of World CRU sales in the previous month, and this amount generated is allocated to each World CRU token. And there will be several times we will get this loyalty bonus, and this month we will get for the last 2 months at once. There will be this pleasant surprise for all World CRU token holders. Let us have a look at the example. So everything is simple. If the sales are $1 million last month, 5% of it makes up $50,000, and we must understand the number of World CRU tokens since they are on sale. So the figure that is available on the market changes, but in this case, we will assume that 25 billion, 50,000 to be divided by 25 billion available on the market, we get a ratio with a lot of zeros after point. So 5 zeros, then 2, 0, 3, 8, 5 per each World CRU token. If you know how many tokens you have in your portfolio, then you may estimate, you may multiply this coefficient into your number of tokens. And in this particular case, the charge will be 0.02 cents, so only 2 cents. But in case the sales are not 1 million, but 1 billion, 5% of 1 billion is 50 million, quite a significant figure. 50 billion to be divided by the same number of tokens available on the market, we see that the ratio is different. After point, we have only 2 zeros, and then 2, 0, 3, 8, 5. And in case you have 10,000 World CRU tokens, then your accrual will be 20,385. The difference is radical. And therefore, when at summary meetings that are held monthly, you receive financial report and they announce the sales, then you may calculate 5% of this amount and divide it by the number of tokens on the market. And since Cryptounit blockchain allows us to do it in an open, transparent way, these figures are easy to check. So the second type of income generated by World CRU, in addition to staking, is a loyalty bonus that is accrued in another token, which is called USDU. But these are not the only benefits and advantages of World CRU tokens. Next slide, there is another one. For you to understand how the investment portfolio operates and where the profits come, we must study a bit the global investment portfolio as such. So, or those businesses or financial instruments that today are already inside it. And we, in a reasonable way, selected 20 market segments, and some of them include the following: innovations, education, culture, transport, innovative technologies, gold sector, financial, stock market, crypto market, and etc. And here, in this range you see here, there are some empty places or spaces. Why? Because if 20 spaces are captured, not all of them are integrated into the portfolio. And I believe that it's also important that these sectors will be integrated. So although to date there are 20 sectors, but subsectors, there are a lot of them. Today, the stock market is represented by only 150 companies, whereas there are a lot of other companies that are either ready to be launched or profit making already. Some people say, or I hear some partners say, portfolio investing is giving its yield quite slowly. And there are other segments or sectors that generate faster yield. But I am a fan of portfolio investing, or in otherwise diversified investing, when you keep your eggs in different baskets, and baskets should be positioned in different places. The more instruments we have, the more secure our money from any losses, because in case today this sector is loss making, the other one could be profit making, and eventually it is balanced and we are in surplus. This is one important factor to understand. There is another thing important to note. For the global investment portfolio to inflow the money, there are two approaches. The first one is to sell the token itself, and the interest or the percentage of it is invested into the global investment portfolio. And the second one, the profits that are reinvested. A bit later, we will come back to it. And they both show that the global investment portfolio will be widened continuously, expanded. There will be new resources that will allow us to enter new markets. And I would like to continue this topic about new markets.
And here we're going to look into quite a new niche in the market, which is basalt technology. Those of you who are not familiar with this particular industry, production sector, Google it up. So basalt is a derivative of magma, which is literally beneath our feet. And only 500 deposits of basalt have been developed currently, although 30% of the surface of the Earth is covered with basalt. So in other words, it's a very solid, hard mineral, I don't know what a better rock, stone, that can be processed and turned into construction materials. It can replace lots of plastic, which is not very healthy, right? Also, basalt products, basalt fiber products can be recycled multiple times. And currently, this market is just being developed. So let's take as an example gadgets, devices. Well, every person who is attending this webinar has more than one gadget, correct? So please give me a 10 in the chat if you have more than one gadget. Not right now, but in general. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, we all have more than one gadget. And if any new model is produced, it just added to the model line of those gadgets. And now let's go down the memory line and lane. And remember when the gadgets were first produced. They were updated all the time. New models, letters to the models were added. And which company will make more money? The company that just started producing, or the company that made more money back in the past, or the company that is making right now, with the company that comes to the end, at the end of the production. The question is about who makes more money, the newcomer or the company that has already been in the market for quite some time. So yeah, the opinions here are divided. You know, sometimes when the market is already occupied, it is very difficult for a newcomer to occupy that niche for themselves because the market has been already taken. And the same principle applies here. Basalt is a new technology, and it's like first come, first serve. And then Basalt is not just the only payment system. There are many other projects in the portfolio, and you will learn about what kind of partner companies we have and what kind of advantages the security token WCRU can offer. And then the companies that are part of the global investment portfolio will make profits and will pay dividends. And those dividends will be paid in the form of profit bonus. And those dividends will be paid to the holders of the security token WCRU proportionally. And there are certain conditions. The conditions are as follows. The overall profit should exceed $100,000. And then a voting is held. And all the WCRU voters vote on how much percentage of that profit will be paid out to security token holders, from 8 to 35% of the profits. And the voters vote, and the percentage will be decided depending on the outcome of the vote. So let's look at an example to have a better idea of it. Let's do some math. So I already mentioned that the company has its targets. And one of the targets of the company is by 2028 to have the value of the portfolio of $100 trillion, which is 1 plus 12 zeros. It seems like a big number, but it's really not. And if we, by 2028, achieve that figure, when we arrive to that date, then we can take the amount, the value of the portfolio, which is 100 trillion, and divide it by the number of issued tokens, which is 80 billion. And then we get the value of one WCRU token of $1,250. So right now the token costs 80 cents because the value of the portfolio, the market value is 100 million, but the investment valuation is more than 11 billion. And the price of the security token is directly related to the price of the companies included in the investment portfolio. So let's take a look at the specific example. We see that different companies yielded different profit. We summed that profit up and got 100%. So if the portfolio's value is $100 trillion, so it is reasonable to assume that with a portfolio of $100 trillion, the monthly profit will be around 1% of the value of all the companies, which is $1 trillion per month from all the businesses, all the companies in the investment portfolio. So let's assume that all the voters voted and decided that from that amount, this particular month, we would like to receive 15%. So we calculate how much it is 15% of 1 trillion, which is $150 billion. We multiply it by the number of tokens in the circulation, which is 80 billion, let's say, and we get the coefficient of 1.875. This is how much one token will yield per token. So if you have 1,000 WCRU tokens, then this amount of tokens, considering the coefficient, will yield you $1,875. That's why when I told you that I had a dream, not even a dream, but when I heard about the possibility of being a co-owner and holding a security token, I decided to dive in. And if you have the same goal of receiving a passive income and be financially literate and educated, then this is your chance. And by the way, do we have people in here who want to take care of their passive income source? Give me a 13 in the chat if you want to create your own passive income source. So I see we have such people. Thank you very much. We're a very good team here. So that's why we're talking about WCRU co-ownership. And today it is still 80 cents. And tomorrow it's going to be $1. And the token price will grow proportionate to the value of the portfolio, which makes it different from any other token out there. Let's move on. And those people who have a dream, those who would like to have a nice lifestyle, travel around, or for example, you want to do charity, or just, do something that you enjoy doing, which does not yield you money, then WCRU token is the way for implementing your dreams. That's why the picture that you see on the slide, it might convey the new lifestyle, can become your lifestyle. So do your due diligence, familiarize and become with the token and become a co-ownership. And then you will set on a journey that will take you to your financial freedom. So let's sum it up. What kind of incomes WCRU token yields? And we mentioned several of them. First of all, is the staking rewards in the form of UNTB tokens. Second of all, it's the loyalty bonus, which will still be paid to the token holders. The third one is a profit bonus, which will be paid out as long as the investment portfolio lives. And another option is the increase of the token value itself, or capitalization. In other words, it's the increase of what you have. And this is not, we've discussed the first one, but we have the 4 tokens. Now let's discuss the second token, which is the UNTB token. It has a different status, if you noticed. It's a blockchain crypto unit token, or a platform token. In other words, it can be said it's like a cryptocurrency of some country. I, for example, live in Ukraine, and our currency is hryvnia. And I'm sure we have lots of countries represented in this at this webinar, and every country has its own national currency. And I'm sure that, and every blockchain has its own currency as well, its own coin. And UNTB token can be pictured as the Cryptounit blockchain token. So for example, if you want to go to a foreign country, you need to have money of that country in order to, move around, pay for purchases and goods and souvenirs. So the same applies here. If you want to have a residence and live, quote unquote, on the Cryptounit blockchain, you need to have its currency, which is UNTB. And the issue equals to 8,123,456,789 to be issued over 10 years. So this is the maximum issue. The mining, the production, or the issue of that token is implemented from at a decremental pace, or decremental amounts. It's like blockchain or any other token. And this token is necessary for people to open their own Cryptounit blockchain wallet. And 10 UNTB tokens is given for free after registering with UGPay group, so that people are able to go to the blockchain and make their first steps in there. UNTB token is liquid right away from the get-go, and it can be traded at Unitex exchange right away, which is the Cryptounit blockchain's partner, Unitex. And if you register with that exchange, you can verify and start working with that exchange. So what are the advantages of UNTB token? Maybe for you, it's going to be new information, but currently businesses are getting more and more interested in blockchain technologies. Their interest is growing. And if there is a legal entity or a company that wants to tokenize their assets, and I will explain what tokenized means if you don't know. So let's say there is a company, a joint stock company. They issued their stock shares, paper stock securities, and that company would like to change the status of their assets and have the same assets, but in the digital form. In other words, digitalized assets. So instead of having paper securities, they will have digital securities. And there is this option on, there is such option on Cryptounit blockchain. So this legal entity opens their own business account, and to be able to work with Cryptounit blockchain, they will need quite a lot of UNTB tokens. This is an opportunity that they have, can have by registering at Unitex and buying the required amount of UNTBs. So for them to be able to do that, they will have to buy those tokens, and then they will have to freeze them, put them in the reserve fund. So I'd like to know your opinion. With the increase of the companies that will start using Cryptounit blockchain, and I'm sure there will be an increase because the blockchain is specifically created for different legal entities to be able to tokenize their assets or issue their own tokens. This is a specially created ecosystem. So if you remember the first webinar with Ivan Poluyanchik, who mentioned such thing as STO, which is security token offering. And by the way, guys, if you remember, you can write in the chat box the advantages of issuing a security token compared to ICO and IPO. So those of you who do not yet don't remember that, I will remind you. So a legal entity has certain assurances or guarantees for their investors or stockholders. This is a regulated, yes, asset. It is backed by, it's a token backed by assets, correct? And this gives certain assurances to investors. And if a legal entity decides to tokenize their assets, they freeze up a certain amount of tokens, and depending on the number of assets. And every legal entity will have to freeze various number of tokens. And do you think the demand for UNTB tokens will increase? I'm sure it will. And with the increased demand for UNTB tokens, the price of the token will increase as well. So if you agree, give me an exclamation mark in the chat. Okay, yeah, that's it. This is my firm belief that that's what's going to happen, and we are on the verge of it. We're just observing it will happen right in front of our eyes. And there is a second category of legal entities, companies that are not going to tokenize their assets, yet they will be issuing their own tokens. It can be a legal entity. It can be even a state. It can be even a single household. For example, they have some family heirlooms and they would like to tokenize them. Why not? And in order for them to be able to do that, they will need UNTB tokens to work on Cryptounit blockchain. And the more interest there is in the Cryptounit blockchain and blockchain technologies in general, the bigger the demand is going to be for utility tokens or platform token, UNTB. And that's why it's going to be in high demand. And we will see what is the price is going to be of that token by the end of the year. And I wonder if any of your guys' predictions will come true.
How is this token released? The company rewards those people who are interested in its release issue. They are called miners. And today, this month, miners will get 5% of the number of tokens mined, whereas 95% is staked. So literally 95% is accrued to those people who keep their assets either in WCRU staked, and 95% are received by them, whereas the remaining 5% is retained by miners. And we see that tokens could be traded at the exchange, either from those who mine them or those who get it under the staking product programs to their deposits. And those people who still have no digital assets can buy it at the exchange. And it is available to individuals and legal entities who will be interested in entering Cryptounit blockchain. They may buy UNTB. Well, again, I will show you how it is done in figures. Well, first of all, 40 UNTBs per second mined or 40 UNTBs per half a second. The calculation is simple. If you multiply 80 by 60, then by 24 a day and 30 days, and you come up with the figure of 207,360,000 UNTBs in 30 days. 95% is the accrual under staking, and altogether it makes up 196,992,000 per all the holders of UNTB. And at the very beginning, there were 1.5 billion CRUs, and the ratio of accrual per 30 days was 0.13 UNTBs per 30 days. If your package includes 10,000 tokens, then over a month you could earn as your passive income 1,300 UNTBs. But please remember that UNTBs mining is from bigger to the smaller, and today we have 24 every half a second or 84 a second. And by doing the calculation, we come up that in 30 days there are 124,416,000 generated. 95 of that makes up 118,195,200. But look, over the time there was the substantial change in the number of tokens that are considered when the accrual is done, and altogether it is almost 24 billion, and it will increase because the more WCRU tokens are available on the market, the higher the difference will be. If you divide 118,195,200 UNTBs to be divided by 24 billion, we have a different ratio with the same portfolio. So a month you earn already only 50 UNTBs, but there will be changes. And within the next few weeks, the UNTB mining will be distributed in line with a different principle. Today, I gave you an example of 95% distribution, but there is the fresh news and according to the instructions of the management, and this change is the following. So quite soon, it will impact a lot minus, and the percentage to be allocated to minus will be 40%. 40% will be accrued under the staking program, and 20% will be kept as a resource of blockchain, not 5 by 95, but the distribution will be 40, 40 by 20. 40 to be distributed to miners, another 40 to be distributed under the staking program, and 20 will be kept as the resource of the blockchain. So we will discuss later how to become a miner, but please note that those people who staked their assets, firstly, were the first to do it, deposited them. Quite likely you earned quite a lot of UNTBs, and please dispose of them properly, because Cryptounit blockchain is a newly born blockchain. It's not even 1 year old, but we understand that its life will be long, happy. It will operate for a long time, and to work on this blockchain together with it, every time you will need UNTB token. It is the resource that will allow you to make some transactions. This is like the electricity. Look, you watch this webinar and there is no power supply. What will happen? Computers will die. If you work on laptops, for some time they will work, but there will be no communication, no internet. So life will become dead. So therefore, estimate the correct number of UNTBs you will need. This is the resource that will be very important throughout your entire life, active life on Cryptounit blockchain. I remember one example when in 2017, we were in Europe, and the mindset, the strategy was not adequate. There was such a habit in my family and in my country. We tend to keep our financial savings in US dollars, and we didn't know a lot euro, although we went to euro and we took dollars with us, and we had to pay for a ticket of transfer from one airport to the other, and we needed cash, and we had US dollar cash. And now I want to ask you, what is the exchange rate charged for me to exchange my US dollars into euro? Do you have any guesses? Please share them in the chat boxes. I see no guesses. 1 to 2. It was very expensive. Yes, my 100 US dollars was converted into 50 euro, but I demanded this a lot. But the idea is the following, that the strategy was not adequate. When you go to Europe, you are to carry euros, then the strategy would be adequate, efficient. And why I gave you this example? Because UNTB token, which will have a long and successful life, distribute them properly so that you avoid such a situation like I did having US dollars in cash in Europe? Well, the third type of token of Cryptounit blockchain is USDU. You know, we studied WCRU, UNTB, and the third type of Cryptounit blockchain is stablecoin, USDU. How is it different? USDU is a prototype, a digital prototype of $1, and it is always equal to $1. But its key difference is that USDU on Cryptounit blockchain is backed by real assets in a bank. And this is a very important benefit. If you've heard of such the institution as SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission of the United States, or follow the news, I believe you know that this agency keeps a close eye on securing all the cryptocurrencies, backing all the cryptocurrencies. Congratulations, we are fine with this provision, with this requirement, as it is already backed by real assets. But what are other benefits or advantages? What are the opportunities it opens? To date, if we want to transfer US dollars, I live in Ukraine, it means that first of all, I need to go to a bank, exchange my national currency into US dollars, and sometimes I can do it with my bank card if cashless payments could be carried out, but not all the cards allow this. So I go to a bank, buy to say $100, and the next step is to find a system that work with my money, and it is there in the place I would like to transfer. I must know the passport details of the person I transfer to. Moreover, there could be a limit on my transfer, or even I could be asked to identify the purpose of my transfer. Sometimes they may request some confirmations that you are relatives and etc. So there are a lot of procedures to follow. But in case we are all on the same blockchain and we all have our crypto wallet, then the transfer of such a currency as USDU is instant and commission-free. You may do it very quickly. Blockchain technology simplifies these tasks, makes it easy, and does not require any middleman we often meet in our lives. And this is a universal approach by applying which we get a lot of benefits. The same cryptocurrency, USDU, could be converted into different currencies without borders. And Global Unit Payment System develops it, expands its functionalities, and quite soon there will be profound changes, good news, that in future will provide these opportunities to everyone. And in the near future, I see that there will be some functionality available on my telephone, and I can use my USDU to make a payment no matter where I go, either on the internet or in any shopping mall or supermarket. The goal of the company, another one, is to make USDU stable coin number one. And we have everything needed. And most importantly, it's so great that this is the strategy of our management. We are grateful to Andrei Havratov for implementing this strategy in real life. So once again, please remember that USDU is a backed currency, and you may make transfers from one crypto wallet to the other one with no commissions to be charged, and with the commissions it could be converted into other currencies, cryptocurrencies, and the company's goal is to make USDU world's #1 inter-blockchain exchange means. And the fourth token we will explore and available on Cryptounit blockchain. This is a utility token, Cryptounit token. This is a technical or utility token. What is its benefits, key benefits? Well, first of all, its issue is over. It will reduce in number, no increase in number available, meaning the less number of tokens on the market, how will it impact the value of the token? The less tokens we have on the market, how will it influence its price? Could you please tell me? The price will increase, will go up. And this is the policy of all the cryptocurrencies. So the more scarce the tokens are, the higher the price is. Well, what are the advantages of this token? We will enumerate each of them, and I will try to detail each of them. Well, CRU also has two states, frozen or unfrozen. Unfrozen or liquid, like a frozen world CRU, it generates income in UNTB. And the unfrozen token generates income in UNTB. And those legal entities who would like to establish partnerships with Cryptounit blockchain and issue their tokens, look, there are a lot of tasks legal entities may carry out on Cryptounit blockchain. It's important for them to buy CRU token. Those legal entities who would like to enter blockchain, Cryptounit blockchain and issue their tokens or become partners and develop business together with the global investment portfolio, they will have to buy CRU tokens at Unitex exchange and freeze them. A part of these tokens will be frozen as assets for the entire period of their partnership. And in addition to the limited issue, there will be the reserved, kept in business accounts, which means that there will be lesser CRU tokens on the market. What else? Today, we will talk about digital guarantees, and one of the assets that ensures the performance of the terms and conditions of the contract are World CRU tokens. And those people who are interested to become miners and quite soon to earn 40% from UNTB mining, they may join their CRU tokens, and by doing this, they will become miners. And over the entire period of mining, so they will have my nodes, and this is the technical part of issue of UNTB tokens. And over the time of functioning of this node, CRU tokens will be frozen, meaning that a part of the market will be kept in nodes, miners will freeze them. And this topic is quite interesting, and in the chats I read that many people are looking forward to the start of this opportunity. And on the 18th of September, at the closed meeting, you will learn all the details about becoming or getting the notes or becoming a miner and to become a partner of the global investment portfolio. Andrei Havratov in person will detail it at the closed meeting on the 18th of September. So therefore, if you have the possibility to attend it, please include this webinar, this meeting into your calendar for you to learn the latest news to be announced on the 18th of September. There is a possibility to sell CRU tokens. And by the way, there will be a demand since the interest from legal entities will increase. There will be those wishing to sell and wishing to buy. And another possibility provided by World CRU is their conversion into World CRU. If you follow a strategy of getting passive income, you can pay for the commission for this conversion rate and exchange, or wait for 2024 when the conversion rate will be eliminated for some time. So any door is open. Hopefully today you learned a lot how CRU token will be used and why it will be demanded on the market. And I'd like to respond right away to some questions I get in the chat. Why today, after this news, the price doesn't go up? Because legal entities are to come that will participate in all these processes. And before this global phase, another stage that will take place in our eyes, we may observe and see. And I'd like to remind you that the company, it pursues its goal strategy. It knows what it does and does it in an efficient way. You must be financially literate enough over this time to understand the essence of the processes taken on. And I wish you all to be financially literate.
And now let's take a look at the CRU token earning strategies. On this picture, you can see the visual representation of what you can do. You can either stake CRUs and receive UNTBs as your reward, and you can dispose of UNTBs in any way you want. You can sell them by USDUs, like stable coins, or you can, which is equal to dollar, or you can buy blockchain resources such as RAM, NET, and CPU. But we will learn more about them later at later sessions. And some of them should be kept for sure, because blockchain Cryptounit requires UNTB to work. Also, there is such a earning strategy as holding. Ivan Polyanchik told us about it last time, which is basically about buying the token and waiting for the token's price to increase. For example, you purchased a token and you decided to wait without doing anything, without trading, without speculating. You just buy and keep. So if you want to make a profit, then you wait until the price of the token is higher than the price at which you bought that token. And I don't remember if I finished my previous sentence, that the one that I said in the beginning, when in 2019, the Cryptounit program started. I became a participant of this program, and there was a certain portfolio with a certain number of CRUs. And I did some math. And if, for example, what if I decided to invest my money in both like Bitcoin and CRU, the money that I invested back then, considering all the options like CRU to be converted in WCRU, CRU to be staked for getting UNTB. And if we take a look at the Bitcoin's capitalization compared to 2019 in March, it was X19. And then if we take the same money and invest that money in CRU, so I repeat, Bitcoin would have yielded me X19, whereas my portfolio in CRU grew by a factor of 114, X114. So guys, if you prefer X20, X19, 20 the same, give me in the chat X19, X20. But if you prefer more X119, write 119. And considering all the possible earning ways of making money, staking, holding, etc., CRU gave me X119. And yes, even if I had purchased Bitcoin back in 2019, how would I take profit? I would take profit only if I sell Bitcoin. So I have to get one kind of assets by losing another kind of assets. Whereas CRU not only grows in price, but also it allows its holders to receive income and continuously growing income. So I hope that everyone understands the reasoning behind it. And that's what I meant when I said that you need to know which of the strategies to pick, either UNTB staking or staking for UNTB or holding. And this is not all of the strategies out there. Let's see what kind of other earning opportunities this token presents. The other one is trading. It's a new area. By the way, do we have people here who participated in the internal exchange several months or even a year ago, and who tried their hand at the first internal exchange? And maybe some of you are trading already on Unitex. So trading is about making money from the volatility of currencies. Volatility is price movement. So the price can go up and the price can go down. If you buy low and sell high, you make money, you make the difference. So you buy it, you hold it, and then you sell it. And this markup is your earning. So this is what basically trading is about. And since any liquid crypto token can be sold and bought, it opens the door for trading. And it's something that anyone can do. It's relatively new. You can learn how to do that in the Academy of Private Investors and become a professional trader. And CRU token offers that opportunity too. And then another earning strategy is to convert CRU into WCRU, because WCRU is the token that offers 4 types of passive income. Let's go to the next slide. Thanks. And there is a direct correlation between the increased demand in one token and the demand or interest in another token. For example, you are a holder of WCRU token and you put it on the blockchain. So for that, you need UNTB token, correct? To open a wallet and to maintain that wallet. Hence, you purchase those UNTBs, hence its demand increases and its price increases too. And which means in the increased number of crypto wallets. And it all leads to the growth in the number of exchange users, and eventually it influences the increase of the value of WCRU. So this is a closed loop. Let's take a look at another example. For example, a person is a owner of a joint stock company, legal entity, a business, or a holder, and they decided to become a business partner. And as we mentioned, they need two tokens, CRU and UNTB. Again, this generates demand for those tokens, and then according to the old scheme, they open the wallet, they freeze tokens, there are fewer tokens in the market, the demand increases, the price increases as well, and eventually it leads to the increase in UNTB price, and because UNTB price increases, the profits of the WCRU holder increase as well. So after it all comes down to the increased profits or return. So let's take a look at another example number 3. For example, a person is interested in a commission-free payment system. So USDU, which is EOS-based, is a perfect solution for that. But they'll need to open a crypto wallet, go to the blockchain, and then the same scheme. We looked into three different tokens, 3 different options, but the result is the same. The more users of the blockchain, the more demand is for the token that is needed to operate that blockchain, UNTB. And since UNTBs will get frozen to ensure the operation of the blockchain, their number decreases. Their number decreases, deficiency is created. And again, it leads to the increase in the token price. Now we're going to cover a new topic, which is smart contracts. Well, smart contracts is actually what it says. It's a smart plus contract. It's a contract in the form of a programming code between 2 or more signatories. So the terms of the contract are prescribed in advance, and they cannot be altered or breached by any of the parties. And the implementation is controlled by a piece of software and not a human third party, as it usually happens with standard contracts. In simple terms, the smart contract is a contract between 2 parties, but not in the paper form, but it is written on the blockchain. So what does it give us? It offers us quite a lot of advantages. First of all, it's automation of the monitoring of the fulfillment of contract terms and conditions. I hope you're not yet tired. And I would like to ask you, do we have family people among our attendees? Could you please give some sign? I guess family person means you have a wife or a husband or a partner. Okay, so when we make a promise to each other, one person to another, a husband promises something to his wife, and the wife promises something to her husband. Very often, husbands, promise their wives to carry them on their hands all their lives, metaphorically, like to always take care of them, right? There are such people. And imagine that this promise is being controlled by a smart contract, meaning that whatever was said, whatever was promised, will always be carried out. And it also works the other way around. There are husbands who are promised by their wives that their wives will always take care of them, And imagine that both those promises will always be kept. So imagine how strong families would be. Well, of course, it's a joke. And I wanted you to, relax a little bit. But it still shows us, proves the point of how cool it is when the keeping of a promise is monitored not by a human being, but by a software, by computer. And if such promises could have been written down on the blockchain and enforced through the blockchain, it would be cool as well. And I'm a private entrepreneur and quite experienced one too. And I always handle contracts all the time. So I make a contract with another party and never read that contract again, unless some terms and conditions are breached. And then I dig it up and check it again and see how I can enforce it. So the more contracts are written on the blockchain in the form of smart contracts, the easier our lives are going to be. And those smart contracts can be concluded between two physical individuals, a natural person and a legal entity, between two legal entities like B2C, C2C, B2B. And there might be several signatories too, not only two. So what are the advantages of smart contracts? So it allows people to conclude secure, to perform secure, traceable, because it is all on blockchain, and guaranteed transactions because there is no interference from third parties. And the fewer middlemen are in the process, the better, the more money you save. And also it increases the speed of the fulfillment of the contract. And also, a smart contract contains all the information about the terms and conditions of the contract, and all the actions provided for in the contract are carried out automatically. And let's see how it can affect our everyday life. For example, payment of bonuses. As soon as the bonuses are paid to the account, be it loyalty bonuses or trophy bonuses, smart contracts allocates them right away, very, very fast, because it can generate 20,000 blocks in 1 second. So 20,000 transactions per second. This is the speed with which blockchain can handle transactions. That's why all those bonuses can be paid out really quickly. And that's why I said the transaction USDU to USDU on blockchain are instantaneous. Also, salaries can be paid through smart contracts, and people who are responsible for paying the salary will not be able to do any kind of gray dealings, machinations, or embezzle that money. Because sometimes, when the money is not claimed for 1, 2, 3 days, that money can be used. And, you can put it on a bank deposit and charge interest from the bank. But this money is not yours. And the smart contract cannot be greedy. There is no such thing. So as soon as the date arrives, if the money is on the account, that money gets paid right away. Let's take a look at another option, such as an online store, online shop. Do you have people here who use the services of an online shop, like order goods and products, especially in the lockdown times? It is very relevant. I guess we have such people, right? Who now and then use the services of online shopping. So how does it usually happen in life? So there are two options here. Either you pay in advance when ordering the product, and then the store owes us until they deliver the product. So we are the creditor to the store. And we run the risk of not receiving the product, but the money has been already paid. And we, in this situation, are not protected because we already paid the money, yet we haven't yet received the goods. And there is the second side to this coin. it can be payment on delivery. First, you receive the goods, and only then you pay for it. But usually when it's a payment on delivery, it implies increased fee. So in addition to the payment of the cost of the goods, you might have to pay some extra fee for that, like delivery fee or some other fee. And imagine the same internet shop, but you work through smart contracts. So the thing that we've ordered from the online shop gets to us, and it's all traced on the blockchain. And at the same time, when we place the order, the relevant amount of money is blocked on our account. And only after we receive the goods, the money is released to the buyer, to the seller, I'm sorry. So those are some of the ways of fulfilling a or using the smart contract in online shopping. And also it can be used in B2B situations. For example, sometimes we say that 2 times we're given something for free, and the 3rd time we have to pay for it. It applies to teeth, by the way. We get the first set of teeth when we are small, and then those milk teeth are replaced with the adult teeth. But then if the adult teeth are, have holes in them, you go to the dentist and you have to pay for it. And for example, you never know when you come to the dentist whether the services are going to be good or not. There is no guarantee. With the smart contract, you can stipulate that guarantee. On the other hand, the dentist also is running a risk because they might provide the services, dental services, and never receive their money. But if you use the smart contract, both parties will be happy. Also, smart contracts can be used between business and businesses. For example, when goods are ordered, and while one company placed the order for the delivery of goods, it's waiting. And then when the goods are delivered and accepted, only then the payment is released to the supplier. I hope here more or less everything is clear. And also it works for public procurement dealings. So a smart contract is a possibility of the guarantee that the contractual terms are going to be fulfilled. Let's go to the next slide, please. So how does it work? So, back in the day, people used gentleman agreements. People used to say, my word is my bond, meaning that if someone gave a word, they would always keep their word. And for some people still care about it. For example, I very much care about my business reputation, but smart contracts allows you to not to risk anything. Like, I don't have to give my word. I don't have to resort to gentleman agreements and rely on the honesty of my partner. There is no middleman, and they are totally not affected by emotions because it is a machine, and they're not affected by hormones. If they're happy or sad, doesn't matter. Machine doesn't feel emotions, which also improves the speed and convenience when concluding contracts. It ensures transparency because blockchain technology is all about transparency, which also translates into guarantees and security. And now it all will change the world and the way people do business. And I hope you do agree with me. And the next block of topics, the next topic is digital guarantees. And at the last webinar, you heard this strange word, fork. Well, it might not be totally unfamiliar, but maybe it might be unfamiliar in this particular context. And the evolution of blockchain led to different forks of different blockchains, and eventually it evolved into digital guarantees thanks to our project. And in business dealings, very often bank guarantees are required. But now we are on the next level. We are talking about digital guarantees, which means that the transaction or it can be a loan is guaranteed by digital assets. So digital assets are used as collateral. And in this case, the Cryptounit blockchain tokens such as CRU, UNTB, USDU as a stablecoin, and WCRU can all be used as collateral for digital guarantees. All of those 4 tokens can be the digital assets used as a contract performance guarantee. If we go back to the examples that we've already looked into, like internet stores or shops, imagine a situation when an internet shop has some reserved amount of money or tokens, which is equivalent to the price of the goods that I ordered. And until I receive those goods, that digital asset that was frozen will not be released. And I know that it's going to happen because we are part of the smart contract. We are part of the digital guarantees. I'm, as a digital store, secure the goods using my digital assets, and the buyer secures the purchase with their digital assets. And I think it's a very, very good idea. And I think online stores will be very good buyers of digital guarantees and digital assets in general. Why do you think it is so? Well, I can give you a hint. Good internet stores have a good variety, a good wide selection of goods that they use. And imagine if they have to provide digital assets as collateral for each of their goods, and how many tokens they will need to buy to be able to provide services to a wide number of clients. So the bigger their nomenclature, the bigger their inventory, the more digital assets, digital guarantees they will need to have. And also, in this case, digital assets that are used as collateral can also yield an income. For example, if you use CRU, you can stake them. If you're using UNTB, you can sell them at the exchange. USDU is like $1. WCRU can yield you UNTB as a result of staking, plus its capitalization value, the increase in the price. So the more people today we notify, especially business owners, about this new way of building business relations, such as digital guarantees, the bigger the demand for the tokens is going to be. And it's all on Cryptounit blockchain. I think it's a very good opportunity. Do share this information. The information about the advantages of Cryptounit blockchain and the tokens that it has. If you agree, give me an exclamation mark in the chat. And meanwhile, we'll go to the next slide. And I think many of you who follow the news will notice that there is this market trend of the transition of states, enterprises, registries to the blockchain technologies. And blockchain technology, including Cryptounit, blockchain is everything you need in one place, which is smart contracts, digital guarantees, possibility to receive passive income, and also to be part of the huge community of crypto enthusiasts. By the way, who knows how many wallets, accounts we have on our blockchain? And the more numerous we are, the better. And all those opportunities are all in one place, as I said. And this is the income of WCRU token holders. And we, by the way, are not the business creditors or simply investors of all those businesses. No, we are co-owners of all those companies and businesses that are part of the portfolio through WCRU tokens. And I'm sure that if you think about it really hard, and you will see it with the same eyes that I do. And I would like to tell you about a very important event that every crypto enthusiast is waiting for, I'm sure. And also this event will surely affect the development of Cryptounit blockchain too. I'm talking about Crypto Expo in Dubai in 2021, literally in 1 month and 1 week. It's a leading exposition that brings together the most interesting content in the field of crypto and blockchain technology. More than 3,000 investors, 50 cryptocurrency companies, and 40 speakers from more than 30 countries will participate in this year's most global cryptocurrency conference. And our global investment portfolio will be there as well. And one of the speakers at that event is the creator, the mastermind behind our community, behind our ecosystem, Andrei Havratov. He's the guest speaker, and we're looking forward to this event because it's going to be a pivotal moment in the history of our company. And it's going to be quite a powerful exchange of information. I can say that we will now, it's the opportunity for us to share what we know with the entire world. Our blockchain will be covered there, the exchange and the payment system and many other projects. And I'm sure it will attract the attention of both physical individuals and business owners. And it will be a good incentive for the development of our company, or it's going to be a good driver of our development of our company. So it's the business accounts, asset tokenization, all those opportunities will, I'm sure, be made good use of by businesses and individuals alike. And thanks to us, the information about it can be spread outside our community, outside the students of this webinar. And the more information we exchange, the more people will be able to use this unique opportunity, and the better off will be the entire community will be. And well, the bottom line is that the market trend already includes storing and processing information using blockchain technology. Because we can observe tokenization of values, the value exchange speed is increased. It's about monitoring the implementation of commitments and seeking new markets to generate income.
Well, and therefore we can be sure to say that Cryptounit blockchain is a reliable partner, and the point of combination of the global investment portfolio, including cryptocurrencies, digital guarantees, investment education, payment instruments, and anything else. And this is all possible through co-ownership, which makes the WCRU token unique, promising, and market leader. It makes it a trend. And next slide, here we see those terms and conditions for you to get a gift as part of the second course. So today, by the way, we took another step forward, and those people who pass a test after the first course, they got their gifts. And I'm sure that quite soon, the other days, you will see them in your crypto wallets. But what are the terms and conditions for you to get your gifts? The terms and conditions are simple. If you are a new user, not registered with the company, then please sign up to UGPay Group back office. And to do this, ask a person who invited you how to do it and ask him to help you. Step number 2, to verify. It means to confirm your identity with the relevant documents in the same back office. The next step to take is to top up your wallet in UGPay Group. So you can transfer some amounts and purchase WCRU tokens with the minimum amount of $10. So you will select the amount which is comfortable for you and make a purchase of WCRU tokens. And you will create a crypto wallet on the Cryptounit blockchain, and then actually test will be available to you. Those who pass the test with a score of at least 75% and above, you will receive UNTB as a gift to your crypto wallet, and you will get discounts on those products offered by the Academy of Private Investor as a partner of Cryptounit blockchain. Those people who are already partners of the company and already have their own back office, the first step is to top up your wallet with this amount of at least $10 by WCRU tokens, and would like to remind you that today you may do it with the price of 80 cents, whereas you may buy WCRU tokens with the amount of at least $10. I'm answering a question in one of the chats. If your crypto wallet is not opened on Cryptounit blockchain yet, then please create it and pass the test with at least 75% correct answers. And then you will get the same gifts. They are UNTB token to your wallet and discounts on the products. Next slide, please. Well, we heard your voices after course number 1, and for course 2 decided to distribute 10,000 UNTBs among the 3 prize seats. So the one who passes the test with 100% scores will get 5,000 UNTBs. The second person with 100% test will earn 3,000 UNTBs, and the third one 2,000 UNTBs. Those who are not in top 3 but cope with this test with 100% performance will get 50 UNTBs. If your performance in a test is 90%, then you will get 35 UNTBs. If your performance in the test is 75%, then 20 UNTBs. And a 20% discount for all those who pass a test with 75% of correct answers. They will enjoy a 20% discount on products of the Academy of Private Investor until the 30th of October. But the person who is the main winner after the first course could not participate in the draw of the first 3 prizes in this course. So you may pass the course, but your result will not be considered. So that we have other people, other winners. And most importantly, I believe, is the knowledge. Most valuable gift is your knowledge gained over this course. Look, you master some knowledge and you can make them available or answer some questions of other people. What is the difference of Cryptounit blockchain from other blockchains? Why is it unique? Or you may share this information with others, but in case there are some people, quite a lot of people in your country, you may actually then discuss it together or refer them to this course. And the aim of this course is for you to share this knowledge, to equip each other with this knowledge. Blockchain is already a part of our life, and the more people understands how it operates, the more people will be able to benefit from it, and the more financially literate people around we will have, and the higher financial results will be. And I believe you will agree with me as well. So therefore, this knowledge could be applied quite easily and generate some earning. And yes, so here is a slide with answers and questions. It was my pleasure to run this session for you. If there are any questions, I will be delighted to answer them. So the exam will start on the 17th of September. The 17th of September. 3 days, the test will be available for 3 days, starting from the 17th of September. There is a question about Profi bonus. Pavel, I see your question, but please wait for the question to be answered by Andrei Havratov, and it will be done on the 18th of September at the closed meeting. A lot of gifts. You remember? So there will be not only crypto expert, but Avanti. There will be a lot of surprises and gifts, and we will learn about all of them at the closed meeting. World CRU and CRU, they receive the same amount of UNTB per token when staked. You are right, Ibrahim. So no matter whether it is World CRU or CRU, they receive the same amount. By the way, when you refresh staking on blockchain, you may see the same number, but after the refresh of your resource, they will be included as unclaimed UNTB, and they are already transferred to your wallet from different sources if you have both World CRU and CRU. Look, since there is a gift And you also get a 20% discount, another, I believe, good option of getting not WCRU token as a digital asset, but to get a discount for educational program, because those promotions that are running, they do not apply to all the packages. Therefore, our good performers in a test will earn their 20% discount. So and this education costs much higher than 10 US dollars. So consider this possibility from different angles. In addition to pass your test, so test will be available to anyone. So if you want to be eligible to get this gift, then you are to buy WCRU tokens. But you may not buy WCRU tokens and simply take the test, but your score will not be considered as eligible for giving you a gift. And only those who meet all those terms and conditions described above, you will be eligible to get your UNTBs as a gift depending on your score you earn. There is another question. When will we add other altcoins or other coins? So yesterday there was some news at the exchange. New coin was added and another one on the 8th and the 10th of September. Look, I'd like to please you that we plan to have course number 3 on fundamentals on blockchain. And by that time, there will be an overview of exchange. It will be done online, and therefore, as part of course number 3, you will be able to be trained in exchange. So the third course will include additional information. Hopefully, it will be useful. So there is a question by which date the conditions are to be met. The test will be taken on the 17th, 18th, 19th. So as soon as it is done, we will consider all those who pass the test and meet all the conditions. And it is also possible to buy WCRU either at 80 cents today or $1 US starting from So is it possible to write the test for the second time? Yes, it is. And actually you must do it, because after refreshing your knowledge, upgrading them, you must do it. And if you meet all the criteria and pass the test with at least 75% performance, you will get a gift. So the purchase of WCRU until the 14th of September. Until the 17th of September inclusive, while you are taking your test, you may still buy your WCRUs. And look, I may not give you the exact date, but it is available either the end of September or early September. WCRU will be available only to qualified investors. The recording of the first course is available on Cryptounit YouTube channel. Go there, take some notes, and all this is all available. By the way, look, the results of the previous test will be released quite soon. There are a lot of people who passed the test with flying colors, and the account has been set up from which all your gifts will be transferred. And by the end of the week, you will learn all the results and responses about your results in the previous test. By the end of this week, you will get it. So hopefully we answered your question. Okay, so someone dislikes that some information is shared at the open or closed summary meetings. Look, this is some prioritization, because the significant news, you know, the news is shared with everyone, but the participants of the closed meeting will get this news the first, and certificates will be provided to everyone with the performance in the test, with the score in the test of above 75%. So the certificates have been translated into all the languages, and they will be sent to your emails. So some questions were quite tricky. I tested myself as well. I was curious, and I participate in the preparation of the course, and it was quite interesting for me to find out whether I mastered all these skills, and my score was 100%. I see some other questions. Participation in testing. World CRUs I bought to take my test were not accrued to my blockchain wallet. Look, if you purchased but did not transfer it to blockchain, so we monitor the status of your payment, but you need to create your wallet. And as UNTB will be transferred, this bonus or gift UNTB will be transferred to your wallet. Do we need to register in advance to get access to a test, to the test? No, you don't need to register in advance. The news will be released, and in advance, you will get the news about the time of taking the test. You simply enter and answer the questions. There are some fields to be filled out with your email address, your login, to be able to understand who you are, so that later on you will be able to receive your gift. Well, then I would like to thank you all. As far as I understand, we've run out of the questions. Thank you very much for your time, for taking part in this webinar. Hopefully, my pace of talking was quite comfortable for our interpreters to translate. So I want to wish you all to be successful, and hopefully quite soon you will learn quite important, significant news that will contribute to your getting good profits, good income. And please understand why there are different percentages, because your understanding of the process influences a lot our results and our outcomes. Well, I wish you all to stay in good moods, to be successful, and to get good dividends. Bye-bye and take care.